From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of early mornings, no, of normal mornings, LA, with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2020. In this recording, we go over the incredible great news is that a fourth stimulus recon will become law this month. The latest breaking news on mornings. Then the new incredible details is that all those checks that were in the recon on the House side are going to get passed by the Senate, if not removed by the Senate parliamentarian. The recon will be passing this month and it will pay you a lot of money, upwards of about $15,000 a start. But if you need Christmas stimulus, no time to wait around, because third stimulus is paying viewers on average about $5,000 today. Yesterday, all this week, I'm going to show you how to get these incredible sums of money in this recording. We're going to turn over to that big exciting details of student loan debt forgiveness, the offer on the table. This stimulus, the latest on that. Plus, breaking news as a major deal hatched between Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell for the debt ceiling. The defense spending bill. Yes, a lot of major deals happening that were in the works since October. We're finding out just this very morning. The latest breaking details about Omicron. It's great news. And then the latest breaking details about the financial market as the new jobs numbers are released. And boy, you're going to be shocked. 1 million jobless claims during the pandemic. What are they today? I have the latest details as the toast is toasting and the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing. I'm excited you're here, plus the debut of a new show coming to this channel in just a few days. It's a big morning's broadcast. I'm live on air from Santa Monica, California. I'm excited for a big news days as that recon is passing. You're going to get a lot of checks, and you're going to get checks today from third stimulus as well. The money's flowing, and the bacon, not so much flowing. But other than that, we're good. That's a big morning's LA starts right here, right now, as we get underway with the breaking news this very morning, starting from Santa Monica. Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and here we go. The will be passed in the House of Representatives and the Senate and become a law this month. Yes, your recon is becoming law. This will be the biggest payout you've ever seen in this history's channel before even the Senate changes are going in there. You're going to get at least $15,000, if not more. You're going to be very, very happy as a viewer across the board. But even more happy are the viewers who have listened and learned, and I'm going to show you how to listen and learn today and how to get your bills paid with Christmas stimulus. And that Christmas stimulus is third stimulus. Viewers on average have gotten $5,000 this week per person. I'm going to show you how to get that money in this recording. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that, and then fifth stimulus, the latest details on that. Plus breaking news about that major deal done between Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell. I considered renaming today's show Being a Mitch or What the Chuck, because there's a deal on the debt ceiling limit. There's a deal on the defense spending bill. There's a deal on the other ceiling limit. It's all getting done with the only thing left is the recon. Boy, the coffee is brewing and the butter is brewing on this one, folks. So with that, I want you to subscribe. Go right on this video right today and hit that subscribe button. We got a big recording with a lot of breaking news on the number 3 most financial news channel in America, LALATE. Hit that membership link so you get the incredible newsletter. It comes out today at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and every Monday through Friday. And also consider sign up for those LALATE alerts so you do not miss a video when it goes live. A lot of breaking news in this recording, but let's start first with these incredible checks in this recon that'll pay you a lot of money. How much? At least $15,000, if not up to $50,000 to $60,000. We're going to start with the first of 3 clusters and 3 add-ons starting right now. Cluster number 1 got it in there, hazard pay, and the $4,000 of elder care, $4,000 to care for young children. They got in their Pell Grant for $550 for my college students. They got the home repairs. If you live in a low-income community, they got in there. The big money for the CTC, $3,600 approximately for 1 more year. And then they got in there $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric car. Wow. Let's go to the first add-on, which comes from here in Southern California from the illustrious Maxine Waters. It is money for the purchase of your first home. Yes, they're going to give you free money for the purchase of your first home. She wanted $25,000. It's a little bit less. How do you get these incredible sums of money? Stay with me to the final 5 minutes of this video. The final minutes of this video, I have my analysis and everything you need to know across the board. Let's go to the second cluster of checks, home repairs and paid leave. That second cluster has a lot in there as well, pre-kindergarten and the household tax credit. But this one is weatherizing your home repairs. You need to be festive for the holiday season. No, that's winterizing. This is weatherizing. So no need to put mistletoe up or lobster decorations if you're at the McConnell residence. And with that, let's go to the second add-on of checks, which comes from the illustrious Bob Casey out of Pennsylvania. This is free home health care for people on disabilities and my seniors. He wanted $250, he got a little bit less. How do you get these incredible sums of money? Stay with me. It's coming up later in this video. I have a lot of money coming up for you in this video. Third cluster. They got it in there. Seniors are free internet. Here we go. Big money. The deliciousness starts right now. Free school meals for all, checks, cheaper prescription medication, immigration reform. Then the money for the farmers, money for the free internet, the money for the workers, and then the money for the seniors, which is the Medicare expansion. When we talk about Medicare expansion, House versus Senate. Well, on the House, they got two provisions in there, which is the Medicaid gap fix and the hearing. On the Senate, they vow to add three other provisions, lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, dental, and vision, which is par for the course for what we're looking at when we talk about MSC, which is an acronym used on this channel. It stands for multiple IRS stimulus checks. Now, there are multiple checks in this fourth stimulus recon, lots of multiple checks, but this is an MSC IRS stimulus check we're referring to right now. It started about the back in the month of May when I said pick up the phone and advocate for its inclusion, and you did well. Thousands of viewers were told by those 6 legislators that it's going in there, one or more IRS stimulus checks. Over 5 million phone calls have been made by you. But about 2 weeks ago, I said to pick up the phone and recall again, re-advocate. Because why? The legislation was now in the senator's court. The ball was in their court. Time to re-advocate. And you've done really well. And in those last 7 days, those 6 senators have said again, yes, at least one or more IRS stimulus checks are going in there. And the people you need to advocate to as well, who are they? Let's look at their names right now. Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. You need to advocate across the board for that inclusion. And that inclusion is that MSC. Now, when we talk about that MSC, what are we talking about? Well, we've had viewers really advocating so well. Janet picking up the phone and advocating last Wednesday before Thanksgiving to Leader Schumer's office and being told it's going in there via Bernie. Then Lynn Glenn picking up the phone and calling over to Chris Coons' office and being told it's going in there. Tyrell last Friday calling over to Casey's office and being told it's going in there. Then we had Bonnie picking up the phone and calling to Liz Warren's office and being told it's going in there. And also Donnie and Donnie's wife, Sharon, picking up the phone and advocating and being told it goes in there. When we talk about eligibility, it would be the same as a third stimulus check, $75,000 or less. We get it. Married couple, $150,000 or less. Got it. Double it. Family of 4, quadruple it. This is what the senators represent. And then if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, you get as well. It is not taxable. It is not income. And it's offered in all U.S. states. It is not a state program. I'm getting a lot of strange questions about this. Stimulus is federal stimulus covered on this channel. Nothing on this channel is covered by state. This is federal programs for everyone in every state. And what's important for you to do is pick up the phone and advocate for its inclusion. That advocacy involves picking up the phone and saying why you need it and why is it needed. And do not use the words MSC because they don't know those particular words. Use very simple words across the board. The number one senator of this incredible recon, his chief of staff says the following, that we have delivered at that time 3 million. It's now in excess of 5 million phone calls. And we are the biggest platform for advocacy in the United States. This channel, Purple Power. They now have in total between congressional senators' offices. You see more contacts of advocacy from the LA Purple Power than the number of signatures in the American petition. Everyone's amazed by the outpouring of touching stories. Now they have a better understanding of what Americans are going through this pandemic. They have heartbreaking stories and the voice of the people across the nation, you LA, as you have become too loud to be ignored. Please continue your encouragement for the continued advocacy as a professional voice of the people you have become. And that is why it's important to advocate to them. You want to pick up the phone and advocate to Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. Meantime, you also want to advocate for your wallet, because guess what? Third stimulus is still paying out, and you have done such a great job with it. I'm going to show you how to advocate for your wallet and get that Christmas stimulus. This is money that is available right today. Viewers early this year got on average about $45,000 from this third stimulus, and viewers this last 2 weeks have gotten $5,000 to $6,000 checks on average. This is your Christmas stimulus. This is the money that's available right now before stimulus. I'm going to show you in the second half how to get this money, and if you've already gotten it in the last few days, I'm going to show you how to get more of it. It's coming up in just a second. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that in the second half of this video. Fifth stimulus, the latest details on that. Plus, we have breaking news you never heard before until today's recording. As Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell have a new or a bipartisan agreement that is getting the debt ceiling limit done today, finalized in law. The second one moved to February. The defense spending bill done today. Yes, these changes are brand new changes you've never heard on this channel ever before. We're going to go over that incredible recon that is going to get done in the month of December and send out money thereafter. And how much is it? At least $15,000. Yeah, you're going to get Christmas stimulus now, and then you're going to get 4 stimulus recon money thereafter. Those incredible details, plus the breaking news about what happened with the financial markets this morning, what's going to happen on December 15th, plus the latest details about Omicron. It's great news. It's coming up in the second half of this video. Stay with me. We'll be back with you in 60 seconds as Mornings LA continues. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now as Mornings LA continues live from Santa Monica. Breaking news as the recon will become law in the month of December. We're going to go over the breaking news about why that and Mitch are now part of the fascinating equation overnight. We'll go over the incredible Senate changes that come into that recon, and the recon, this is for a stimulus recon that'll pay you a lot of money. $15,000 to start, upwards of $50,000 to $60,000. It's coming, and it's going to become law in December. But you're going to get Christmas stimulus right today. This is before Christmas. It's third stimulus. I'm going to show you how countless viewers have gotten $5,000 to $6,000 every day this week. This is your opportunity to get that Christmas stimulus. It's right now. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that. This stimulus, the latest on that. It's coming up in the second half of this video. Plus, we have the breaking details about Omicron. We have real shocking labor numbers that came in minutes ago. It's brand new. You're hearing it only on this channel. And then we're going to go over the financial analysis of what's happened to the Federal Reserve between now and December 15th, plus the latest and the breaking details of my analysis of this recon in the final 5 minutes of this video, and a new show coming to this channel in just a few days. We got a big second half of this video, my friends. And with that, I want you part of this incredible family, so subscribe. Go under the video right now and hit that subscribe button. Like this video, become part of the incredible #3 most watched financial news channel in America, #1 on geopolitical news, which you're watching right now. And sign up for that LA alert, which is totally free underneath the video, so you get an alert when a new video goes live. The breaking news overnight is that we now know that deals have been in the works between Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell since before Thanksgiving. And these deals were not something that anyone would have ever thought. And boy, is this surprising. Let's go over the incredible details starting right now. The incredible details as we go into a big second half today is that Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer were secretly meeting since before Thanksgiving to do a lot of bipartisan deals. And by the end of the day, you will have the defense spending bill done, law. You will have the debt ceiling limit done, law. You will have the second debt ceiling moved to February. And you will have the only thing left to be done, recon. What happened? Unbeknownst to us, unbeknownst to fellow Democrats, unbeknownst to fellow senators, Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer have been privately meeting since the month of October to put aside partisanship and to get all these provisions we talked about in the month of December done. And now they're going to get done. Why is Mitch becoming cooperative? And why did I not rename the show Being a Mitch? I don't know why I did not rename the show. I could have done that today. I'm going to do my analysis at the end of this video to show you why Mitch is cooperative. But the takeaway is that all that's left, folks, is your recon. Chuck Schumer earlier this week said that the recon will become a law by Christmas. I disagree. I don't think he's going to get it done by the day of Christmas unless they work the weekend before, which they usually don't. They usually work the weekend after Christmas, which I believe then would make this law the 27th or 28th, the Monday after Christmas. Takeaway, I believe the recon is becoming law in the month of December. Number two, I believe all the Democrats believe the recon is becoming law in December. Why? As Senator Tim Kaine said a few days ago, many of the key provisions in the fourth stimulus recon are continuation provisions under the third stimulus recon. And you don't want them to lapse, to end. And they end on January 15th, meaning you have to get them renewed in mid to late December, not in January, in mid to late December. So I believe that they're going to get it done. Now, there's always those quotes I featured in the last 2 days from Senator Hirono and a lot of other people say, just call a vote and see where it's going to land. But I do believe the recon is going to become law. Everything that was in the House is kept in the House from Chuck. Nancy and Chuck had a very fascinating agreement about a few weeks ago. It's fascinating. Throw everything in there that you can, Nancy, and leave it in there and see what survives with the parliamentarian and our negotiations. We can go over that parliamentarian in a second. Let me go over Chuck's timeline. Chuck's timeline is the following. One, this week, get drafts out of the subcommittees of the final version of the language of the Senate bill. And two, continue it next week and be done with it by the end of next week. This week and next week, have the Senate parliamentarian, who's a nonpartisan individual, look at the final drafts. She's been looking at prior drafts since the month of July. Look at final drafts and make her determination as to several key provisions. If they stay in there, they come out. And then call this for a vote the week of December, a week of Christmas. That's why I say it takes 5 days to do the vote. So I don't think they can do it the week of Christmas because it's a shorter week. You got 1 day on the House floor, 1 day on the Senate floor, 2 days vote-a-rama. It goes back to the Senate House because there's going to be a change, at least a punctuation change, sends it back to the House. And that means you need about 4 or 5 days. I don't think they're going to get it done by Christmas unless they do it they work the weekend before. I think they're going to do it the week after Christmas and it'll become a law that week. And there you go. Let's go over these incredible provisions in this recon. In a second, we're going to turn to your Christmas stimulus, which is payable today, and its third stimulus. But let's start first with fourth stimulus. There's a lot of checks in this recon. Clearly the biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel. And you're going to clean up from this fourth stimulus recon. You are going to clean up. The first provision that got in there is the paid leave. And how much is it? It's a lot. If you make $70,000 or more per year, it's about $1,700 a week. If you make $35,000 or more per year, it's about $800 a week. If you make $15,000 or more per year, it's about $400 a week. How many weeks? Up to 4 weeks per year. Yeah, it's about $5,000, $6,000 on the high end. Now, if you don't work but live with your son and daughter, and they take off from work any day of the week, they're going to get the check on behalf of the household. All income levels, all type of workers. The next provision they got in there is the SALT cap. It's currently $10,000. They're going to raise it up to $72,500 of what you can deduct in state and local taxes on that federal tax return. They got $40 billion of free job training in there, which is great for millions of Americans who want to learn a new job. Then they got in there the incredible provision for cheaper medical insurance. I get this question all the time from viewers. So those 12 Republican states that had not paid for Obamacare, and so the Democrats got a workaround plan in there, providing years of subsidized private insurance to low-income, uninsured people in those states, which then brings us to the best provision of the fourth stimulus recon, which is housing. $150 billion of it with 6 provisions. The first 3 are new: the home repairs, the weatherize your home, and the first-time home purchases. More about that in a second. But let's first turn to the 3 very familiar provisions that are repeating back from third stimulus. They are rent, utilities, and mortgage assistance. And the great news is you don't need to wait for fourth stimulus. You can get this money today before Christmas stimulus. And what is it called? It's called third stimulus. Let's take a step back. One thing you've done so well over this channel over the last year is you have listened and applied the information to practical situations and gotten the monies. And we've done things ahead of time. In December of last year, I had an exclusive on this channel of what was going to be in a new body of legislation that no one was talking about. They were talking about second stimulus. And I said it's going to be called third stimulus. And I said, let me show you what's in there. I said, I can get you at least $15,000 in this third stimulus. Yeah, there'll be a $1,400 stimulus check. I said, do not focus on the check, $1,400, because $1,400 versus $15,000, yeah, it's self-explanatory. And then when it became law, I said the same thing. Okay, now it's law. There's a $1,400 stimulus check. Don't focus on that. Focus on the $15,000. And the great news is that over the weeks that came thereafter, the average view of this channel from third stimulus got $45,000. Now, you and I know how we focus on getting cash on this channel. And a year ago, this month, I knew that people had issues with bills. And 2 weeks ago, I looked at the situation and I said, you have bills. You need to get some money to pay the bills. 2 other things were going on. 1, I knew that fourth stimulus would never put cash in your wallet before Christmas Eve, but that third stimulus would. And number 2, I knew that there was a lot of you that had not understood, that I had not informed that there's money available for third stimulus. So what is this? If you had gotten money from third stimulus before, you can get another round, another wad of cash. Number 2, if you had never gotten third stimulus, there was still money available for you to get. And the great news is that in those last 2 weeks, every single day, countless viewers send me a message that shows me and shows you that the average payout that viewers have gotten is about $5,000 to $6,000. No one is getting low numbers. They're all getting about $2,000 to $10,000, and they're hovering generally around $5,000 to $6,000. They are about 4 to 6 months of rent. You're listening really well. You're getting 3 items across the board, and you're getting additional rounds, or if you've never heard of this channel, you're getting it for the first time. Let's start with some new success stories which came in overnight and truly embodies what we're looking at right now. So here is Amy. Amy says, thank you for your unprecedented dedication to helping your viewers learn how to attain financial help during these uncertain times of hardships since the beginning of COVID's appearance in our nation. Your extensive coverage of detailed and current information has been a blessing to so many. Your demeanor is always pleasant, positive, and witty, and it's a pillar of hope for the American people. That is so kind. Now listen to what she says. She says that she wants everyone to understand that even in the most rural states where you think there's no money, there is money. She says, my husband and I were able to get financially able to acquire help with utilities. 3 rounds of utilities since the summer while watching this channel. 2 rounds of rent and 2 rounds of food stamps and food stamps. And while these may not be big figures, she says, I want viewers to know that it is available in even rural areas of Kentucky. So even though there aren't resources, people think there aren't resources everywhere, I want them to know it's there. And those agencies approved us. And for God's favor and blessings. Very, very kind. Yesterday, Judy said, LALATE, you are definitely Jesus in disguise. Thank you, Judy. Thank you for your reporting. I got rent for December this year, then January and February next year. And last year, I got rent from your channel. And because of this, I'm so grateful to you, LA, because now I'm able to get the Christmas gifts I wanted to give my loved ones. I've been listening to your show since March 2020. I've told my friends and family that they're about you, and they're getting food and they're getting mortgage assistance as well. We're going to have a great Christmas. You're the best. Happy holidays. I love that. Thank you so much. There's Sandra, who got another round of money. Incredible. There's Tonya, who got the help of Amber. There is also the day before came in Thor Diaz, got 4 more months of rent. We had Deborah, who got 6 more months of rent, $4,000. You remember Chef John Meyer? He got extra SNAP. He's also trying to get utilities. You're awesome. I appreciate that. Chef John Meyer, go get it. Then Lynn Glenn says, I'm never going to stop watching you. I got another round of rent, and she got this money before, at least 1 or 2 times. Then the day before that, the incredible stories kept on coming in, and what did they say? We had Robin, who got 3 rounds of one utilities, 3 rounds of another utilities. It says, your assistance is incredible. You're an angel in disguise. I appreciate that. D. Miller got 4 more months of rent. See the consistency? 4 to 6 months of rent. Here she's about $3,000. Lorica got money for her lumber. And then we had Kathy, who got about $6,000. She says, you are a godsend. Appreciate it. See the consistency? It's about $4,000 to $6,000, hovering around 5. May Lou, she got about 5,000-6,000. I appreciate you're the best, Ellie. I thank you so much. Morel got 3 rounds just this month. Then Jay Brown got $5,000 for rent and other items. I says, I speak for all of us. We love you, Ellie. Love you back, Jay Graham. Scarpa got Snap. Alyssa Justice got $10,000. Then I love Chris's story because he got $10,000 earlier this year from this channel, from Third Stimulus. And he said, I would have never known about getting this additional round until you brought it up, which is now this Third Stimulus Christmas edition, Christmas stimulus. He got another $5,000 this week as well. Get that pen and paper ready. If you're not a member, if you're a member, pull out that newsletter and get in front of you. We're going to go over all these big sums of money for you to get right now. And we're going to start with the rent. The rent numbers have gone up a lot. 3 months ago, I'm going to show you a graphic from 3 months ago. It was $20,000 to $30,000 of rent. This is the graphic. It is now upwards of $40,000 of rent. And we had one viewer this last week get $38,000 of rent. $40,000 of rent just alone. Incredible. And then we had another viewer get $138,000 this week from Third Stimulus across several programs. Huge. So where do you get it? Here we go. Take notes starting right now. 6 places you want to reach out to. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall and State House Authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID. Mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. There are 3 musts you must do. You must reach out to all 6 places. Number 2, you must use the keywords. Number 3, you must get multiple applications on file all over the place and get multiple rounds. So if you got a round early this year, get another round today. If you got a round yesterday from one organization, get another round from another organization today. Do the same thing for mortgage assistance. Utilities, it's gone up a lot. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $15,000. Again, you're going to say utility assistance because of COVID. Here's a tough love moment for my viewers right now. You see a lot of people got 3 items in those opening remarks, but some of you got 2 utilities. I think you got a 30. I think you have a 3rd utility out there. Go get that 3rd utility right today. SNAP. If you got a 3rd stimulus check, you should be getting SNAP. It is money for food you get from Department of Agriculture. Reach out to them. And it pays a lot. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year. Over the next 10 years, he's going to get $250,000 from this channel. You want to get combos. Nisi and Art Sullivan got 3 items. Here's Nisi. She inspired all the other viewers. They inspired all the other viewers. Here was Mark at the time at 2 items. I said, Mark, you're at 2 items, 32. Get the 3rd. He did. Brought him to 50,000. Now he's got more items. He's at over 100,000. Lorraine, she was at 105. Now she's at 120. Which brings us to the incredible inspirational story and informational story because it shows you how to do it. Johnny. Johnny embodies what I teach you on this channel of what to do and how to do it. A 3-part story. Part 1. Johnny started a few weeks ago watching the videos on this channel with $0 by the middle of the week. He and 2 other viewers each had 3 programs approved, 45,000. Great. 45,000, great deal. But Johnny heard my recordings. He heard and listened carefully. And I say in the recordings, don't stop, get other items until you get all the items. And he did. He kept on pushing. He got 7 items by the end of the week approved. Why do I like part 1 of the story? Because Johnny clearly made 15 phone calls. You're going to have 20 to 50% rejection. And understand rejection is normal. He had to have made 15 phone calls to get 7 approvals. That's why I like it. By the end of the week, in 5 days, he had $80,000 from those 7 programs. Part 2 of his story starts the following Monday. He reached out to his family members and say, hey, last week I got $80,000 from watching LALATE. They said, from what? Third stimulus. Johnny, I didn't know this money exists. Why don't they cover this on financial channels? He said they don't cover it. He does. Let me show you how to get the money. And he did. And by the end of the week, they went from non-believers to believers, and each had $50,000 in their pocket. The landscape in America right now is LA is the number 3 most watched financial news channel, but number 1 on this subject matter, geopolitical news. Now, there's a lot of other financial subjects out there to cover. Options, futures, SPACs. I don't cover them. Doesn't mean they don't exist. Much like if financial news channels don't cover my subject matters, doesn't mean they don't exist. It means they just don't cover it. Part 3 of Johnny's incredible story came in 2 Sundays ago. He sent me a private message on Instagram 2 Sundays ago, said, hey, I've been helping more people. They've been coming over the house. And I said, oh, what happened? He says, snowball. They kept on asking me what I was doing, and I told them. And guess what? I ended up helping 32 people. I said, 32 people? How much money did you get those 32 people, Johnny? He said, I got them $850,000. $850,000. And you can do this as well. Go right down this video right to this moment and sign up for that membership. Get that incredible newsletter. It comes out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, via the YouTube alert system and the LALATE alert system, which features all the incredible money in first, second, and third stimulus. It features the 6 places to reach out to. The keywords you say. The 3 musts you must do. The 5 nonprofits not featured in this video. The 5 nonprofits and what they help money with. Also, the nonprofit that helps with home repairs. All those incredible details featured in the newsletter. Consider becoming a member today. And with that, let's go right back into 4 stimulus, which we left off at the housing provision. 3 new housing provisions in there, which are home repairs, low income only. Weatherize your home. That will be for all income levels at the moment. And then first-time home purchases. This will be money given to the seller in your name at the time of purchase of that home. Let's go back in those incredible other provisions, recap. $150 billion in-home health care for seniors and people on disabilities. Wow. That is an automatic covered item. Then they got in there $550 checks for the Pell Grant recipients. Huge. And $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric vehicle. That's U.S. auto manufactured and unionized labor. I think the provision needs some modification, so we'll see if they do that modification to the language. They got $65 per child when they're not in school for nutrition, which brings us to one of the best provisions of Recon, which is the lowering the Medicare prescription medication costs. Wow. Day 1, 20 medications will be dramatically sliced and diced and reduced on Medicare Part B and D. Cancer, arthritis, diabetes, the most expensive medications, like an insulin dose, go from $1,000 to $35 out the door. Then increase into 30 medications by the year 2028, and not increasing more than the rate of inflation per year, unless otherwise there's a penalty provision in there. Penalty provision. You can't put a penalty provision on a recon. So says Senator Pat Toomey. I agree. And that is what you're likely to see in the next few days. In the next few days, the Senate parliamentarian is going to look at the recon and decide if that comes out. What else is she going to decide on? Immigration reform, likely to come out. She previously ruled cannot go by recon. Paid leave, that's going to be a battleground as well. We're going to see if that comes out as well. Now, you notice this graphic, 15,000? You're going to clean up. It's a lot more than 15,000 in this recon. You got all the Senate changes that go into this recon. That grow the number. You have everything that's repeated from third stimulus that's going in that number as well. So we're looking at about $50,000 to $60,000 of checks. It's the biggest recon we've ever seen in the history of this channel. You're going to clean up. You're going to get this Christmas third stimulus money right now. If you got some, I want you to get some more. I'll cover more about that in a second. And then you're going to get this fourth stimulus recon right after this. We got a lot of money coming to you in your hands in the next few weeks, one after another. And with that, let's go over the other provisions that are in that recon. And what are they? They got in there the hearing aid, which is a check, the home health care, which is a covered benefit, and the new universal pre-kindergarten. But the 3 provisions that are carry over from third stimulus that do not want to have a lapse are the child care back end, the CTC, $3,600 front end, and the earned income tax credit back end as well. Now, we've already went over the Pell Grant, the nutrition, and also we went over the home repairs. What are those other provisions that Bernie wants to add in there? I'm going to go over those in just a second. But let's take a detour for a moment over to student loan debt forgiveness. Executive order. executive order, not by recon. There's an offer to forgive $10,000 of student loan debt. This would be on top of existing student loan debt the president has already forgiven. People who became disabled after graduation, nonprofit, and public servants. Democrats should take it. This stimulus and that COLA raise, wow. So your benefits are going up January 1, 5.9% automatically. Haven't received the letter? Don't worry. Don't need the letter. Your benefits are going up automatically 5.9%. Now that's COLA. COLA doesn't work, so they want to get rid of it by the end of next year under this stimulus. First, they want to raise your benefits up to get you caught up, then apply a new benchmark starting every December 2022 thereafter. And that's going to be inflation. They want to remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty. And love is going to win. Meantime, let's turn to the big surprise about that big news that came out from Omicron and the latest on that. A great series of data came out yesterday from the head of Pfizer. And he's told broadcast media that if you are triple vaccinated, aka 2 vaccinations and a booster, then you are resilient against Omicron as much as you're resilient against Delta. But if you're only double vaccinated, you need to go out and get that booster. This is great news across the board. Again, to recap, if you're triple vaccinated, meaning the 2 vaccination doses and the booster, you are in good position to battle Omicron. If you're only double vaccinated, you want to go out and get that 3rd shot, the booster, ASAP. Meantime, there is indication that there would be a improved booster potentially by March. So a lot of you who are already triple vaccinated like myself, by the time your renewal comes up, you'll have a newer version of the booster in March as well. There you go. Meantime, there was a big shocker that came in today that no one saw coming. And let me go over the details of that right now. And that was a new economic number. First, let me step back to last Friday. Last Friday, Wall Street crashed. Why did Wall Street crash? Because the new monthly jobs number showed the lowest unemployment numbers since nearly the 1950s. No people unemployed, no people on the sideline, all back in the workforce. It was great financial news. No one saw it coming. And because no one saw it coming, this was worrisome for people ready for the Federal Reserve statement on December 15th. Now believing the Federal Reserve will come in much stronger and do stronger things because the economy is much stronger than initially thought. We had said no less than 2 months ago that maybe we're going to see some interest rates spike by the end of next year. No. Now we're looking at quicker tapering and potentially 2 interest rate spikes next year and potentially the first one by Q1 2022. I had said earlier this week that will be the case unless Omicron gets worse. You now see it's not going to get worse, or unless some other economic data turns the opposite direction. Well, guess what? You know what Thursday mornings are. Yes. Every Thursday morning on this channel since day one, I have delivered to you the unemployment numbers. These are people who newly become unemployed the week before. And when this channel first pressed record, the number of unemployed viewers watching this channel in the United States and across the country and people that weren't watching this channel was about 1 million unemployed claims per week, new unemployed claims per week. It continued for 20 weeks, the longest run in U.S. history. 1 million a week. Dropped to 800, dropped to 300 about 2 weeks ago. It dropped very quickly in the last few weeks. And then it hovered around 300, and we wondered, where is it going after there? Well, it came in this morning, and everyone was speechless. From 1 million when this channel started recording per week, it came in at 184,000. The lowest number of new weekly jobless claims since the 1960s. The best number in nearly 52 years. Be very, very clear to you. There's no way to spin this number. Do not jump in the live chat and say, well, it's this, well, it's that. No. People are back to work. There are jobs available for them. They're not putting unemployment claims in there. They're not sitting by the sideline. These are strong economic numbers. So what's anticipated? The Federal Reserve is going to come in very strong by December 15th. So we are on a nail biter between now and December 15th to see that economic data. Expect Wall Street to really get a correction, if not between now and December 15th, on December 15th. Expect crypto to be down. It took a 50% hit on Saturday. It is still down today. It's going to stay down because this is a bigger, stronger economy than initially thought. Which brings us then into the incredible news about Chuck and Mitch. And my final commentary, which is the most important part of this video because there's a lot going on today, and it starts right now. We started the month thinking that we weren't going to get all this stuff done. We had the defense spending bill, the debt ceiling limit, a second debt ceiling limit, and the recon. And guess what? By the end of the day, all three of them will be finished or off the table with the exception of the recon. And it's a shock. How did this change? Unbeknownst to us, starting before Thanksgiving, and unbeknownst to anyone else except Nancy and the president, Chuck and Mitch were having private meetings to do nonpartisan agreements to get these provisions done. You're going to see the defense spending bill law. You're going to see the debt ceiling limit law by the end of the day. It passed in the House last night. You're going to see the other debt ceiling limit moved into February. And you're going to see the recon law in December. Why is this happening with Mitch? The analysis is the following. The analysis that Mitch has decided that it looks better to allow the Democrats to do what they want and spend what they want. And if it goes the wrong way because the Democrats spend so much money, then blame the Democrat spending in the midterm elections on the Democrats. Now, a Ted Cruz type person will say, no, don't let them spend the money. Don't enable them. Mitch disagreed. Mitch's position is let them spend the money, let them do what they want, and then blame them if it goes the wrong way. And this is huge. So now let's turn back to your recon. Your recon is going to pass. Your fourth stimulus recon will become law. And it's incredible great news. But in looking back over the last year, I am so proud of how well you have done. I'm really, really proud of you. It was fall of last year where I came into the space and this channel started expanding very, very quickly. And I looked around and I noticed people had become financially dependent upon one event and one instrument and one program. And I said, this has got to stop. Can't do this. You need to refocus. And I helped show you how to refocus as soon as third stimulus's draft came out. And I said, you're going to refocus by focusing on only the following. You want big cash, lots of it, and quickly in your hand. You want lots and big cash in your hand. And you really did well. As soon as third stimulus became law, you did not focus on the $1,400 stimulus check. You focused on getting the $15,000 and averaged out $45,000. Throughout the year, people kept on going back and getting additional rounds. You saw it in the comments of the video, early in this video. People went back and got additional rounds in August and September. I said, keep on getting cash. Keep on getting cash. Cash is king. Get as much cash as you can. You saw the one viewer, Judy, saying, I'm ready for next year. I'm going to get another round. As soon as this round's over, I'm going to get another round. You refocus and understood. At the time, I said to you, I'm never going to have for you automotive stimulus, car stimulus. I'm never going to have I'm never going to have car stimulus. There won't be car stimulus. But I can get all the other items the household pay for you, and it'll free up your bills so you have free financial freedom to buy other stuff. And as Judy said, because of you, I now have my bills paid up. I have money to go buy Christmas gifts. I showed you in October how to get free Christmas trees. I showed you how to get free meals. And now, 2 weeks ago, I showed you the importance of getting these sums of money to free, I call it Christmas stimulus. It's third stimulus, but it's before Christmas. This is the money that's available right now. It's the money that you have done so well. But I'm going to give you a tough love moment right now. You know what the tough love moment is. You saw a lot of people who have got 2 utilities in that group. I know you got a third utility. You need to get off this recording when it's done. Watch the whole recording. And then when you're done, pick up the phone and get that third utility. I know you got 3 or 4 utilities. Go get that additional $500 or $400 or $600. It makes a difference. Every $200, $400 makes a difference. And the great news is you were doing this with me in December of last year. You did it this spring, and you've learned how to do it over and over again, and you're doing it again right now. And you're ready for it next year. This is where we are. Third stimulus is your Christmas stimulus. Lots of money available for you to get right today. If you got some already, you can still get some more. Think about the items you haven't gotten. I know, just like Chef John Meyer said, I haven't gotten this other item. I know I can go get it. I want you to go get it. Think about the other items you haven't gotten and you get it right now. That's your Christmas stimulus. You get it. Then Once we're done with that, we're going to start getting that forced stimulus. January is going to be incredible. We're going to all focus on getting these incredible sums of money, multiple checks in this incredible forced stimulus recon. That's going to pay you a lot of money. Imagine that forced stimulus is so much bigger than all these previous recons, and you have done so well with those previous recons that were this much smaller. You're going to clean up when we look at forced stimulus becoming law in the next few days. Finally, I teach you to focus on cash. Cash is king. Financial independence comes from getting as much cash as quickly as possible and divesting yourself away from saying, I only want one instrument. That donut guy, he hasn't had a good year. Donut guy hasn't had a good year. He started the year saying, I want one instrument, and I want one instrument only. And I'm not going to pick up the finger. I'm not going to pick up the phone. I'm not going to do anything. I just want one instrument. And you can never be focused on one instrument. You can only be focused on one thing, getting cash, lots of it. Now, you want to advocate. You want to advocate for that, for everything that can go in that recon. So if you can get more cash, even better. But don't ever say, I don't want cash, because that's not the right focus. So pick up that phone and contact Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer today. You want to get as much money into this incredible recon that already has a lot of money in there, but you want even more of it. You want to get the money available right now from third stimulus as well. That money is available across the board. And you want to make money as well. And viewers have been saying to me, LALATE, I'm very excited about Metaverse because I want to learn about making other sums of money. Some people for crypto, it is very sort of altered universe. In the case of Metaverse, the great thing is it mirrors your real life. And so it's your real life just in a digital universe. And it's going to show you how to take your real life into a digital platform and make money there. That show is coming to this channel in just a few days. Meantime, have you seen the excitement? Have you been participating in the excitement? Here again is Calcino, which debuted 2 nights ago. It's a part of our expanded programming on this channel that starts at 5 o'clock every night. It starts with Evenings LA, then Holidays, Street and Stimulus, a countdown at 6 o'clock, then Holiday Street and Stimulus at 7, our brand new show that is the lead-in to Calcino every night at 8 o'clock. Here again is Blaine66 returning to this channel after over a year absence. And let's see what he said when he received a phone call at Bernie Sanders' office. I mean, I like to eat. Can you hurry up? I'm about to eat my lunch. But, so you want lobsters in the recon. Do you want a side of sauce with that? How would these lobsters work in the recon? Who would ship them out? Would it be a credit? Who would pay for the lobsters? Yeah, I do sound like a Republican, don't I? I sound like Joe Manchin. Lobsters? Who's going to pay for the lobsters? And how would the national debt afford such lobsters? I don't know. I am here to take phone calls for people advocating. We've received all these wonderful calls of advocacy here in Senator Sanders' office, but I really appreciate that you are advocating. I got a phone call yesterday for someone advocating as well. Who was that? I don't know if I should tell you. It was Joe Manchin. Yeah, Joe. And what was Joe Manchin advocating for? Well, you have to tune into Casino, which returns tonight to this channel. That's 5 o'clock Evenings LA, then 6 o'clock Countdown, and then the new Holidays Street and Stimulus at 7, and then we go into Sir Lloyd and Company on Calcino. So subscribe. Go down this video right now and become part of the number 1 most watched geopolitical news channel in America and number 3 financial news channel in America. Sign up for that sign up for that membership so you get that incredible newsletter. It comes out tonight at 7 o'clock. And sign up for those LA alerts, totally free. I'm going to see you next on Noontime's Holidays LA, coming up at 11 a.m. That's in about an hour from now. It may start just a few minutes late. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful morning, and stay with LA for more.